15 in it went instantly. Lately.
Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Rams and the Chargers on EA Sports.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining. Dustin Hopkins about set to get us started, and off we go from SoFi Stadium. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now here comes the Los Angeles offense and the man in charge of it in his second season with the team, 14th overall, and what's been an impressive career, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford's first season in Los Angeles could not have gone better, as he proved to be the missing piece that brought the Rams a Lombardi trophy. It was a very well-deserved moment for the 13th-year pro, who was 12th all-time in yards and touchdowns, but had never experienced a postseason victory before that season. Now, you just call him a Super Bowl champion, and boy did he embrace the Rams offense from the start, with almost 5,000 yards and 41 touchdowns in 2021.
Second and 5 now. Stafford, he's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Complete, Jefferson the target. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing again at Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Here's a run with Akers on some... No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover. But if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go. And maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Los Angeles taking the field led by Justin Herbert, third-year man out of Oregon, whose career is off to an incredibly productive start.
It feels like hyperbole, but it's actual reality. In only 2 seasons, we've seen Justin Herbert do things rarely or never seen before in the NFL. He's one of only 9 quarterbacks now with a 5,000-yard passing season and made the Chargers a top 5 offense for the first time since 2010. He's also the only quarterback to ever throw at least 30 touchdowns in each of his first 2 seasons and set a record for completions over that same span.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll try and run through this with Akers. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Stafford on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with the new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. They'll go again here with Akers. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stafford on third down. And he'll just get rid of it. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
It's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And Gay knocks this one through, and the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Chargers ready to take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Rolling to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 41. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. but you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Hang on here. We got an injury. And, yeah, it's Cooper Kupp who's going to receive some attention following that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Going right back to Akers. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Stafford. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. On first down, it's Stafford. It's complete to Robinson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. A free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Gay's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Herbert on 3rd down now. He's airing Throwing it out for Williams. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And his throw here is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Man open is Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Off the edge and right to the ball that time was Kyle Van Noy.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Stafford toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum. Big play right in his hands. Unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Still in the 1st half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. 6-0 our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a look at the backup, Daniel. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Off play action, Daniel. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Daniel. And that will be incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. On the return is Powell. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe somebody press it a little bit. This might be the case.
From the 35 on second down, Wolford. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 1 yard to go on third down. Henderson will try and run for the first. At 5 yards on the play there, it's a drive will continue.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. From midfield, here's Wolford. This one finding the hands of Brandon Powell. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Complete to Brandon Powell. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Rams.
Wolford now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Powell. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Henderson now on first and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Here's Wolford. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So this defense, they gave up some yards on this drive, but bottom line, they came up with a sack when it mattered.
And we know that every down counts, but let's be honest about it. People focus on third down as a real key down in any drive, any situation. And they took full advantage of third down there and made a play.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They'll be in search of their initial points of the contest, trailing 9-0 as they begin with a first down. Here's Daniel. And he fires one incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Brings up second and 10.
Daniel. And complete. Spiller out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Daniels throw into the hands of his receiver, Guyton. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Daniel. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now the 4th-round pick from A&M. This is Isaiah Spiller. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
Holding offense. That's not good enough, man.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Spiller, the ball carrier, taken down at the 41. Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On is the punter, Scott, here as he gets this one away. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone.
I feel like you and I can be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aaron Donald. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Daniel going to throw. He's got it. It's Spiller. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
11 yards on the play.
Throwing on 3rd down. Daniel buying time to his. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead.
makes the score.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. On 2nd and 10. Daniel. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Parker, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will, 1st and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Henderson. Oh, he shifts past him. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Henderson. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Again, it's Henderson. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he's got it. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. Wolford to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right, except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Right back to Spiller on 2nd down. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. The Chargers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Here's Powell on the return. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside, they can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wolford firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Henderson running straight ahead. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, back to Henderson. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. 48 yards on the ground for him so far. Wolford going to try and throw on 3rd down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Wolford now on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Wolford. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wolford. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in 1 drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The Rams take over.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. On 1st and 10, here's Wolford. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff, Henderson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Throwing is Wolford on 3rd down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 37. The drive starts with a give to Spiller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Right back to Spiller on 2nd down. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. On 1st down, Wolford.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Chris Rumph, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wolford under pressure. They got him again. Kyle Van Noy, his 2nd sack of the night.
CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. It's not enough time to throw the football.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield, here's Daniel. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Brings up 3rd down.
Daniel on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Daniel.
Complete yet again to Spiller. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Daniel. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The football going back to the Rams now. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Wolford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Chargers offense back onto the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Right back to Spiller on 2nd down. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
He was brought down to the 28-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Spiller. And a loose football. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 2nd and 9, Wolford, open man is Atwell, complete. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
To throw is Wolford. And he will find Atwell. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down, here's Wolford.
Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Escaping the and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Now Wolford. He's got this to the tight end, Hopkins.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Throwing now is Wolford. To the right side and complete to Atwell. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Henderson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henderson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Yeah, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter.
On 1st and 10, Daniel. On the screen, complete to Spiller. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's a pickup of 3.
To throw again on 2nd down. Daniel.
He gets this out to Spiller.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 8. And the Chargers.
On first down, it's Daniel. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Daniel throwing again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Daniel going to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got it. It's Spiller. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Daniel going to throw. Setting up the screen. Here's Spiller. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Daniel, and that is incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Brings up 3rd down and
once again, Daniel. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game right now. It's been a play that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time for Daniel on 4th. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the 2nd half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? You want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
On 2nd down, back to Henderson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Wolford going to throw. They'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
Now Henderson, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Wolford to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Daniel, he's going to take another shot here. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. forced out to it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Daniel.
His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
1-yard gain brings up
On 2nd and 9. Wolford. He'll get that complete to the tight end Harris. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Henderson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
73 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They run once more with Henderson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Second down, it's Henderson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Play action. Now it's Wolford. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game. And trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Henderson.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
12 more yards there and another first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line.
A jet sweep. Here's Atwell.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.